Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight for community community cooking with the co-op, starring our friend Jamar Ruff over at the Coos Head Food Co-op. Behind the camera, we have our cameraman Alan Bartle, and helping out is my coworker Joshua Whitty right there. With that, I think I'm gonna turn it over to Jamar. Oh, do we want Steph to tell us a little about Healthy Bites?
Absolutely.
Steph, do you mind starting your video and talking to us? There she is.
Everybody,
So,
I'm in my kitchen.
Awesome. She's even got an apron on. I love this. Steph, so this month we're Chard is the Healthy Bite of the month. Can you tell us a little more about the Healthy Bites initiative, Steph?
Yeah, started in 2017. It was an initiative through the HEAL Committee, the Healthy Eating Active Living, to bring community partners together and share a nutrition message around the community. So everybody would share the same message each month. And so since the September of 2015, I have been creating monthly materials that are free to download. And it includes a 11x17 poster, a handout, two-sided handout with recipes, table tents for like lobby, waiting rooms, or checkouts, like on the top of your checkout counter at the library, Paul, you could have a table tent. And then I also create a couple of slides that you can show in a lobby or waiting room. And what else? And an article to put into a newsletter. We have 61 foods, including the new October coming up in a couple of days. We'll have rutabaga for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Steph. And Joshua just put a link in chat for the Healthy Bites page, so you can check out the Chard Healthy Bite initiative and all the other ones going back to 2017. Thanks, Steph.
Okay.
And feel free to unmute if you guys have questions, but now we're going to turn it over to Jamar, and that's that. Oh, no.
I'm back. It's like, now we're going to turn it over to Jamar and I just disappeared.
That's it.
So hello, everyone, and welcome to Community Cooking with the Co-op. I am really excited because I love chard and I love lettuce wraps, any types of wraps, and it's September, so it's tomato season, so why not, why not put those two together? And I love quinoa. So this is a recipe in which the starting place will be the quinoa. And I have to I drank some coffee, so I have to kind of shake. But we're going to start with our quinoa because quinoa is going to take 20 minutes to cook. And while that's cooking, we can start on all of our other items. So the quinoa is going to have red bell pepper, red onions, and we're going to saute that, and then we'll add our tricolor quinoa. So let me get my knife here. Put this over here. All right, so first we're starting out with our bell peppers, and I have a bowl over here where all my scraps goes because I love making. We were just talking about soup, so I love making veggie stock, and so that's where all of that is going to go to later on. So I'm going to start cutting my bell pepper, and I'm only going to use half. So if you looked at the recipe, you'll see that the recipe only called for one bell pepper, one red onion, and what it is we're going to share ingredients to make this very simple, right? I like that. It's Thursday. I'm just getting off of work. Well, I will be just getting off of work, and I want to just eat some really good food, but I really want to make it simple, especially if you're like me. I only probably have one red onion, or so learning how to kind of make really good food with just a little bit of ingredients, and learning how to kind of portion out your ingredients as well. So I have my bell peppers that I am now, and you're going to see me use multiples, but the only reason why that is because I'm cooking for the staff here at the co-op as well. And they've all been hounding me about this recipe. They're like, okay, you're cooking tonight, right? Okay, yep. So.
Well, you can't make them watch and smell that without feeding them.
No, Okay, so I have my bell peppers, and I'm cleaning the seeds. It's really quiet in here tonight, so I'm not used to it.
You don't want to hear me sing.
Well, Paul, we actually do. Okay, so
Maybe Joshua has a better voice. I don't know.
I have my own bell peppers that I'm prepping. So I'm gonna use half of that, and then I have my red onion. So I'm just laying out everything. I do like to, if I am doing a recipe, to have a lay of the land of like all the things that I'm gonna be using, setting it up so it makes it very simple. So, okay.
Feel free to unmute and stop us if you know anything's confusing. Go ahead, Jamar.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a no chef left behind. So before moving on to the next part of the recipe, we will make sure everybody is at a good part to move ahead. Is that okay?
That's perfect.
All right. So I love onions. My onions in my garden did not do that good this year, but my friend's onions did, and so I had like these gigantic onions. I'm like, oh, I can make salsa, I can cook with, and all of those things. So the recipe calls for a half a red bell peppers, and then a half a cup of chopped red onion. So on the so I'm cutting that in half because that's going to be half. But then half of my bell pepper, might as well use both. Okay. Half of my bell peppers, I'm going to start slicing up and cubing all of them. So I'm first going to start with my bell pepper, and then I'll go to my red onions, and those are going to be my base for my quinoa.
Cool.
So bell pepper. I'm being conscious of my fingers because they are precious cargo, and I
Perfect,
don't.
Alan. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. I didn't say guacamole. So guacamole is a cold word. Oh, avocado. Okay, I'm drinking
You're on the
guacamole. I did. Thank you for keeping me on track.
We'll have to think of guacamole for another code word.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Diana's looking forward to this because she's
I heard
never
somebody
cooked
say,
quinoa.
oh,
What happened?
I thought I heard someone say something.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was on the Zoom or in the kitchen.
No, I think that was Stephanie.
oh, sorry. Did I not have myself muted? Yeah, I went to put my peppers in the pot, and I hit the knife that was holding them on the cupboard, and they went flying.
Oh no!
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
mute
glad you didn't
myself
say
now.
the knife hit your hand.
so and Stephanie, you are like a chef, and so if you are going to put it in your pot, drizzle a little olive oil in there. But that was not a drizzle.
I was gonna say that was a healthy drizzle.
That was like 2 tablespoons. Then I'm gonna.
And I can add that even though I don't recommend heating up oil, if you do use a little bit of fat with things that have beta carotene, it helps you absorb the beta carotene better. And things like red peppers and red onions have beta carotene. So a little.
You muted, Steph.
Oh, all that lecture and you didn't hear any of it? Okay.
No, we did.
No, you just cut off at the very end.
Oh, okay. I say a little bit of oil is okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Thanks,
That's
Steph.
cool about it making the beta carotene more effective. I did not know that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Fun
Diana
fact.
also said she's excited because she's never cooked with quinoa before.
Oh, really?
Ah.
Oh, I love cooking with quinoa, and I love so it can be very plain. Like you can not add any of these vegetables in or any of those things, but you can also get a little fancy. And I've putting bell peppers, well, you'll see that today, but I've also put in tomatoes in it. I kind of make it my own, and it's delicious.
Yum.
So how you doing? Okay, so I have my bell peppers, my red onions, my oil. I'm gonna chop it in here.
And you're heating that oil, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it on a medium heat.
Okay.
I love this.
Everybody looks
You know,
like they're-
everyone has their favorite utensil that they have in the kitchen. This is mine. I have my favorite pot. Okay, I see that. Favorite pot, favorite. Oh,
How old is that spoon, Jamar?
oh, you know, probably old as me.
Not that old then.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let those saute a little bit. And then with, as far as the seasoning, we're gonna do a little salt, a little pepper, and a 1 teaspoon of cumin.
Okay.
And if you know me, you know I have a thing with cumin.
And smoked paprika.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, when I was grabbing all of the seasonings, and I was like, my hand kept gravitating to the smoked paprika.
I love
Like,
it.
stop that. I
Are
think,
you, question,
go ahead.
are you using ground cumin or seed cumin, and why? Which one do you like?
Good question.
I use ground cumin.
Okay,
I use ground cumin. I feel like with this dish, I wanted it to be a little bit more incorporated, but I like using like cumin seeds, like the cumin seeds in like curry, or if I'm like if I'm gonna like toast my seasonings before I put any food in there, it's an aromatic and it just wakes it all the way up. So,
Cool. Good question,
and I do
Carolyn.
like, I'm a canner, so I like adding I like adding my seeds into my canning dishes as well.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Don't look. Okay, there we go. And I'm only gonna put a little bit of salt. Some recipes, when it says, well, you have to use this amount of salt, I don't follow that rule. I always start small because salt is something that you can't take out. And 9 times out of 10, people are already gonna salt their food. So I kind of come in with the herbs, and then I taste my food the whole way through, so that way before adding extra salt.
You can always add it before you eat, right?
Sometimes you don't need it. Like if you're cooking with soy sauce, that is like
That's
be
real
very
salty.
So, yeah, super salty. So it just depends on what you're adding with it, because even sometimes when you're adding teriyaki, it can get a little salty.
Sure.
So in my pan, I have my red onions, my bell peppers. They're sauteing. I have some cumin, a little salt, a little pepper.
And that's still on a medium heat there, Jamar?
Yes.
All right.
It's just something about cumin. Are y'all all smelling this? For the folks that are cooking. But I said that I was gonna invent like something that is like, you can be in Zoom and you can still smell some of the senses. I don't know how that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep putting it out there and someone's gonna invent it, okay?
Sometimes I feel like I can smell it.
You can. Just close your eyes, think of cumin.
There's got to be a reason I'm drooling half the time.
And you notice we didn't use all of our bell peppers as well, because like the other half, we're gonna break that down a little bit more. And we'll add like into our tomato sauce, our red onions, and then we're gonna do something special with the chard stems
Ooh, okay.
later
Something to
on.
look forward to.
Yeah.
Now we're all sitting here. What's he gonna do with those chard stems?
Right. And so that's what I call creating a base. And then You create the base by putting, if you want to add oil, you don't necessarily have to. But the olive oil, the red onions, the bell pepper, and if we were doing garlic, I always put onions and then garlic because garlic is something that cooks really, really quickly and then it tends to burn,
Yeah.
so it just needs a buffer between the pan and the
Garlic?
oil. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Have you ever tried putting the garlics in their skin,
Oh,
cooking?
well, I just had, I was having dinner with Deb and she was like, we made fritters and fresh big salads and all of these things. And she had like this, the garlic, what was it? It was a big chunks of garlic and she just popped them in her rice when she was cooking her rice. She didn't chop them or anything.
Yeah.
And once, oh my gosh, like
So good.
that was so good. I was like, okay, now I'm gonna do this like all the time.
Just
The
the whole garlic or whole cloves?
whole clove popped
Oh.
in rice. And they're like, after they boil, they get so soft to where like you eat it. You're thinking like not, you have to peel it first, Paul.
No, well, we've done it where you leave it in its paper and put it in and cook it.
Oh,
Or in the past, there's a Spanish chef that we watched on YouTube, and he does it in a recipe
mm.
where you just
Interesting.
take the cloves and just throws them in with the paper and just cooks the dish, and then you eat them, just peel it, just pop them out of the paper. You know,
Like that's
so good.
that's not. I'm a fan of garlic. Okay, so now we're gonna do the quinoa. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of quinoa. So for 1 cup, it's a 2-to-1 ratio, right? So it's a 2-to-1. For the first time cookers of quinoa, yes, it's a 2-to-1 ratio. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you some stuff to look for, how you can make like the perfect quinoa.
Okay, love it. Thanks.
Okay, because it's like I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. I learned how to make grits before I learned how to make rice. So, and my mom was like, "That is so backwards." But so I'll show you how to do it. So we're gonna do a 2-to-1, and I'm not putting my quinoa into my water first. The whole goal is you rinse your quinoa and then you toast your quinoa because that reduces the bitterness. You're gonna toast the
Oh,
quinoa, and then after it's toasted and it becomes one with their base, then we'll add the water onto it. But it's a 2-to-1 ratio, and I'll show you because it is a special way. Well, not my special way, but I think it's my special way. So I'm gonna do maybe 2 cups.
hey, I have a question about the tricolor quinoa.
Uh-huh.
Do different colors of quinoa cook differently, like rice or something? But
I don't
are they all the same?
Differently?
It hasn't, to me, it has not cooked differently. Stephanie?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, it doesn't cook any differently, but it does taste different. So the yellow is the most bland and the
Okay.
dark red has the most robust flavor. So the tricolor is kind of nice because it's a combination of all of that. But
Nice.
if you're making something really bland, you might want to go with the light color just by itself. But this tricolor is really versatile because it kind of mixes and matches everything and it blends everything. So it's not really a strong flavor, but they all cook at the same rate.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks, Steph.
And I'm loving your glasses, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 cups. This is not 2 cups. Okay.
Wait, are you doing 2 cups of quinoa to 1 of water?
So I'm doing 2 cups of quinoa because I'm cooking for other people.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 2-to-1. So the recipe calls for 1. I'm gonna do, if it's 2-to-1 and I use 2 cups of quinoa, I'm gonna use 4 cups of water.
Okay, I got you.
So I'm pouring my quinoa over it. I'm toasting it first, so I haven't added any water. I'm just gonna let it hang out for a little bit. And then do know that like once that cooks, then we can kind of go into the next step, which I'm so excited about.
Jamar, do most people cook quinoa this way by toasting it first?
Most people that I can't speak for everyone,
Sure.
but it has been a rule that, like, well, not a rule, but like my personal rule. When I'm cooking quinoa and when I was being taught how to like make quinoa, my friend was like, well, tomorrow you have to, it's just how you do it. And when when you have those things that are like wonky, but you just have to do it
Sure.
because it makes all the difference.
Definitely.
Well, I
And
can
so-
tell you that usually if you're following a recipe, it'll say toast your quinoa. But if you're just buying quinoa on the outside, it won't tell you that. It'll just say boil with this much water. So
Mhm.
it really
Okay.
depends on the recipe if you want to toast it or not. But I usually do what Jamar does. I throw it in and toast it first, with all the spices and let them get aromatic and then add the water.
Nice. Thanks for that.
Okay, so I got my water. Okay. So it's been hanging out. I just poured it in there, but I'm gonna move everything around and make sure it gets.
How do you know when you're ready for the water, Jamar?
So I would say like maybe toast it if 5 minutes. I don't think it's been 5 minutes since I put it in there, but if 5 minutes, you just want to incorporate it, let it get warm, move it around, and you'll start hearing it. You'll start hearing it pop.
Nice.
Don't let it burn.
Yeah, don't let it burn.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna add water. to
And
it.
Diana said, thanks for demystifying quinoa.
Now it's in there. And I'm actually gonna move it to my other burner, but what I will tell you is how you know that the quinoa is ready to put the lid on there is that it's gonna be a big circle of bubbles going.
Okay.
And that's gonna be your indicator.
For starting the timer?
Yes, for putting the lid on. So it's gonna cook for 20 minutes.
Okay.
Stop trying to mess me up.
You got hecklers?
I do. Co-op hecklers, can you believe it?
Staff or customers?
It's Rico.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. I will give him back.
Yeah. No rap for him.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll feed Rico.
Okay, so now are you seeing that your quinoa is starting to boil? So what you're looking for is the circle.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you write it down. What is your name? I'm sorry, I cannot see the.
Who
I know it's your first time cooking. Yes.
Car-
Your
Carol?
name.
Diana.
Diana. Yes. Okay. Diana, make sure that you write down.
Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. Diana, make sure that you write down that you are going to be looking for a circle of bubbles.
Okay,
And that is going to indicate you to put your lid on.
okay.
Cool.
And I'm actually excited to make quinoa now, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Starting a bubble.
Oh, yes, it's starting to bubble. If you
Nice
want to
bubble.
show, yes.
We're all about breaking down barriers here at Community Cooking. So we love that, Diana.
So you see the bubbles?
Oh, yeah.
You see how
Oh,
mine started to bubble?
perfect. Yeah,
I'm going to put a lid on it now. And then I'm going to reduce it maybe to like half. And then I'm going to set a timer. So my timer on for 20 minutes.
Are you reducing it to like a simmer? Or are you keeping it boiling pretty well?
Set it in the middle.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna put it down all the way to low. I'm gonna put it down to at least 5. I'm gonna lid it. And one thing, I have a rule: don't peek. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't peek until your timer goes off. And so I have my timer on, but I'll be making sure, I'll be reminding y'all to like check it at the time that mine goes off.
Yeah. I have the same rule with rice. If I touch it, it's screwed.
But the same thing with rice, right? Like when you're making rice, you also can make a base to your rice as well. So it's the same thing. It's just like
Sure.
pick a grain, build a base, and you are golden.
Nice.
Okay, so the next thing, oh, I'm so excited about this. So I'm
So
gonna,
curious what this is.
so I have my my pan, and you know I have a trusted skillet.
We know your pan.
I got my pan, and what I'm gonna do is just put a little olive oil in the bottom of it. You don't have to put maybe like a tablespoon. Don't look at that. That was a tablespoon. That was a heaping tablespoon. Put a tablespoon in the bottom, and the other half. That was a massive onion. So on the tomato sauce, what we're gonna do is do a base of red onions and bell pepper. So I'm gonna do maybe like a quarter of my onion. And I'm going to, same thing like how we did the quinoa. So y'all are pros. So like we're gonna use a portion of our bell pepper, cut that in half. Because you have a half of a half, like you have a half bell pepper. The other side of the bell pepper, cut it in another half.
A quarter.
Yeah, a quarter. So a quarter of your bell pepper, thank you. A quarter of your bell pepper. And so you're gonna build another base. And so this base right here is gonna be the onions, the red onions, the bell peppers, and then we're gonna start incorporating our tomatoes into it.
Cool.
Okay. So same action. So the quinoa is what we're gonna use to stuff our bell peppers with. The tomato sauce is what is gonna be the overall base to where when we start making our rolls, we're gonna set them into the pan, have them simmer with the tomato sauce, and then we're gonna serve them.
Wait, you said something about stuffing peppers. I thought the peppers were
Oh,
going
not
in
the pepper, sorry.
the chard.
Chard.
Yeah. Cool.
Step in the chart.
Stuffing chard. Thank you, Paul, for keeping me on track. They're like,
No
wait,
problem.
What?
I've chopped all my peppers.
Well, I thought maybe it's one of these things where we were going to do rolls and stuffed peppers, but I don't remember seeing anything about the stuff.
No.
He's got peppers on the mind. Can't help it.
I do.
Nice.
And don't be afraid to taste your bell peppers. How many people have eaten a raw bell pepper that they're prepping before?
Oh,
Yeah, don't be
course.
afraid. Don't be afraid to sample, while you're chopping. There's nothing better than a fresh, uncooked bell pepper. Oh,
throw some in your salad.
yeah.
Make a fresh salsa.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Or you'll have me saying guacamole again. How's everybody doing? Okay. How you doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing good. Everything's right up. I'm catching up with you.
Awesome. Stephanie will let us know if we need to slow down.
No, everything's on. The peppers and onions are starting to cook for the sauce, and I'm just peeling my leaves.
Awesome.
Hey. I'm loving how vibrant everything looks.
Yeah, it's colorful. It's like a rainbow.
So first, before I put I want to make sure that everything is cooking. So my bell peppers and my onions, they're going to be sauteing. But while that's going, something that you can go ahead and start working on is your salad. So was everybody able to get a spring mix or some leafy greens for the salad? Okay, so
I think so.
I got my bowl. Start out. Okay, thank you. Sorry. So I have to, there's folks, the co-op is still open, so I have to like say hi to folks.
Of course you do.
Like, why wouldn't I? So in my salad, I am looking at doing 2 cups of spring salad, 2 cups of bulk spring mix, and then I'm doing a cucumber. I'm gonna chop some cucumber, and then the rest of my bell peppers and my onions are gonna go into my salad.
Cool.
And then I am going to, we're not gonna make a salad dressing just yet. But this stuff that can hang out while other pieces are moving. So we have like 14 minutes on our quinoa. It has to sit for an additional 10 minutes. Then
Sure.
we have our tomato sauce that is going on right now. And I just need to hurry. It's Thursday. I got all this stuff and I just want to like make my salad and just let it hang out. Which just makes things very simple because when we're done eating, we don't want to be making a salad as the last thing. It's like,
Right.
no, I want to be sitting down and eating my food and enjoying
Totally.
what I just made. Hi, hello. So, I got my bell peppers and my onions are hanging out. I am going to like finish prepping the rest of
Salad.
that's gonna go there. And how I'm gonna do my cucumber, like you can do the whole circle, or like you can kind of like slice it. It just depends on how you prefer your cucumbers to be in your salad.
Mm-hmm.
Total prep on that. But I like half moons, or sometimes I'll say like I want a lot of cucumbers, so I'll dice the cucumbers. It just depends on how much cucumber you would like in there.
Right now, I'm loving the lemon cucumbers in my salads.
Yes.
So good.
Have you had pickled lemon cucumbers before?
No.
Okay.
Where can I get such a thing?
I'll get you some.
Oh, nice.
I think I know a couple. I know some folks.
Oh, man. That sounds awesome.
I'm gonna keep them moving.
Tamara, how are you cutting your tomatoes?
I haven't chopped the tomatoes yet, but you can cube them up because they're gonna cook down anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're over there moving full steam ahead. I gotta catch up to Stephanie.
Kathy asked where I get lemon cucumbers. The only place I know to get them is at the farmer's market. And,
Yeah, you can get them at the farmer's market.
and you know, they're usually only available for a month or two. Like, I'm really scared there's not going to be many next week, but
you gotta get there early.
yes, yeah. The
Well,
one time I went like afternoon, there were no lemon cucumbers.
Yeah, no, if you're really dedicated to the experience of a farmer's market, I go even when I'm not working. Sometimes I go like at 8 o'clock. So it opens up at 9. Most of the times the farmers are already set up
Yeah.
and they're pretty ready to go. Every time I work the farmers market, I'm like just walking in there, the last vendor.
When you go at
Everybody's
9 and
covered.
still stand in lines all morning.
Right. Okay, so I'm prepping my stuff for my salad, getting that ready. My onions and my bell peppers are sauteing. I got 11 minutes on my quinoa. Everything is about to come. I'm taking some snack breaks while I'm cooking because we've been at work all day or outside running errands all day and we're hungry. So that is okay. It's okay to like sample some of those cucumbers.
Mm-hmm. And while we're talking snacks and lemon cucumbers, I usually just rinse mine really good and eat them like an apple and sprinkle a little salt on there, you know, before every bite. It's so good.
Yeah.
Make me want one. I think I gotta
Yes.
get some
Oh, so good.
on Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Yeah, I think Lainey will have some. There's a couple people
There's a
that
couple people.
Yeah.
Yeah, this week yesterday there were only a couple people.
Yeah.
I grew my own last year. They came out great.
Oh, nice.
I didn't have any this year though.
We tried, nothing grew.
The moths like them, you know, those, they get eaten up
Oh,
like a cruciferous. They just destroy them. So you got to really pay attention to that. So,
okay. Good to know.
on the Lord that.
Tamara, are we saving any tomato for the salad or are we using it all?
If you want to put some tomato in your salad, go for it. I got like 4, but I would just, same thing with the onions and the bell peppers, you can use it. You can add, make it your own. But if you feel like, well, I want some tomato on my salad, chop up or dice some, and that way you can have enough.
Cool.
I
Awesome.
put cabbage in my salad, so
Really?
yeah, I had a cabbage. Why not? Throw it in.
Cabbage and lettuce, Steph?
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So my salad is ready. It has like a side because I'm gonna add a special thing to my salad later. I'm gonna start prepping my tomatoes now because my onions and everything are just like they're dancing.
You just have them simmering there?
Yeah, they are simmered.
Okay.
So you wanna
I guess.
so far I have just my onions and bell peppers.
Mm-hmm.
I got my salad,
Oh, that's pretty.
which I have like my bell peppers, my onions, and then my cucumbers up top. Remember, we're eating with our eyes, and then in my pan, I have my bell peppers, my onions. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my tomatoes. Oh, these tomatoes look so good.
Nice.
Look at them. Sorry, it's tomato season, so
Yeah.
get some tomatoes.
Yeah. If you like tomatoes and you go to the farmer's market, go all the way down to the end and see Dean. He's got all kinds of varieties.
Yes. Promised Land.
Is that the name of his farm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he also brings tomatoes here at the co-op.
Oh, that's why you guys get those pretty heirlooms.
Yeah, well, in Valley Flora,
Oh, right.
Zoe's mom is like the tomato whisperer, and so all of her tomatoes, all of the tomatoes come from her. So I'm just slicing my tomatoes and I'm cutting them inside. Like once I'll cut them in, I'll show you how I'm doing it because it's a little bit easier to work with.
Get all the lovely juice there.
I know you have to. So how I'm slicing my tomatoes is I slice from the inside. I don't slice from the outside because that will crush the tomatoes. What I feel.
Oh,
So, you want to come in to see me chop?
yeah.
Okay. So how I cut the top off, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I go down the middle, right? So now you have the inside. Same thing, like it's easier to chop a bell pepper from the inside versus using the outside. And so same thing with the tomato. It's a lot more fleshier and you can just slice right on through. Look at that.
Oh,
Slice it like butter.
good to know.
So now I'm gonna cut my pan up. I'm gonna let the whole thing is you want the tomatoes to reduce.
Sure.
Okay. Now I gotta clean up my mess. If you are making any messes, make sure that you're pausing for the cause and wipe down your surfaces and all of those things. My dad would be so proud of me right now.
Because you're going to want to eat those rolls when they're ready.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to clean up afterwards.
Right. Unless you're like, you know what? But luckily here we didn't really use a lot of dishes.
Or a lot of ingredients.
No. It's pretty simple.
Very simple. Simple and easy, my kind of recipe. Means I could actually make it.
Yeah. I was about to say that, but I'm glad you said that. So I'm gonna have right now I have my pan kind of cranked up a little bit.
It's all right. You could say even Paul could make this.
Even Paul could make this. And I will tell you, there's something about when like you cook down tomatoes. I will even sometimes like when I'm making this, my tomato sauce, I'll put wells in it once it cooks down and it gets to become like very jammy and delicious,
Wait, you put what in it?
I'll make some wells, which means like some little dips.
Oh, Wells.
Got
Gotcha.
Yeah,
some little
wells.
dips,
Yeah.
and then crack an egg and pop it in there. Oh yeah, and then put a lid on it. You only need to cover it like 5 minutes because it's surrounded by heat and it's gonna continue to cook. But it's so delicious. Toast you some bread, some really good bread, like farmstead bread. Like toast you some bread and eat it over it, or I mean, it's so delicious.
So it's just the tomato and egg on the toast.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, so while that's cooking down, we're gonna start looking at what seasonings to add. And you'll see like the peels will start coming off.
Nice.
Okay, so our tomato sauce, it looks like it needs a half a tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and then salt and pepper. Oh, that looks delicious. It looks so good.
Yum. You okay, Jamar?
Yeah, do you want to bring that into
He's gonna have to now. Oh,
It's like,
nice.
oh, and it's like you'll see it's boiling. It's gonna
Uh-huh.
down and just make a delicious sauce. So
Yum.
gonna
Did you
add
turn
my-
the heat up a little on that?
yeah,
Okay. And
add
that's
some
cumin?
oregano.
Wait, what are you putting on right now?
I'm putting oregano over it.
Oh, oregano.
Yes. Half a tablespoon of oregano. And then we're gonna do a teaspoon of cumin. I'm probably gonna put a little bit more in mine just because. The paper is in the way. Like this is a no-brainer.
Wait, what's this one?
So, oh, this is pepper. So I'm doing a little pepper, a sprinkle of pepper, and then a sprinkle of salt.
Gotcha.
I see Carolyn over there sampling how does that taste? Okay, there we go. So my salad is is ready to rock and roll once I'm ready. And then my quinoa, it has 1 minute and 46 seconds. Okay. That's hanging out. I'm gonna stir my
Starting to break down there.
oh yes.
Nice.
And you can help it. You can press them a little bit.
Mix it up.
Help them break down a little.
Mhm.
Nice. How's it smelling in there, Alan?
Smells delicious.
Nice.
Yeah. My mouth's watering.
I bet.
Nah.
It's like torture, I bet.
Now that's just gonna hang out. All right, so now I'm gonna put this over here. And my cucumber. I think I'll have a piece. Would you like a piece of cucumber?
Sure.
Okay. There you go. Mmm, so good. Okay. So
My wife's in love with those Persian cucumbers you guys carry.
oh yeah,
Those are so good.
I got Persian cucumber seeds, and they actually grow out here locally as well. So,
Really?
yeah,
Nice.
I went to Sundance Sunday Natural Food Store in Eugene,
Uh-huh.
and they have Persian cucumbers, so I got them, and they grow fabulous out here.
Wow, cool.
Okay, so now my quinoa just went off. I'm gonna turn the timer off, remove the heat. Cut the timer off. I'm gonna put a 10-minute timer because it used to just sit. It just
Okay.
relax a minute. So that gives us time to kind of work with our chard. Like, when is chard coming into the conversation? It's time. So like my tomatoes, they're boiling, they're doing good,
Nice.
looking really, really delicious.
Joshua's looking excited over there.
So with
Still
the
want to know what's
chard,
happening with those stems though.
yeah, so how many, is this everybody's first time cooking with chard? Kind of, no, okay, I see Carolyn's like, no, I'm a chard lover. Yes,
It's like, go team chard.
right. And I love the fact that it's like, it's a kind of a cool, fun thing when you're introducing like vegetables to like kids. It's
Mhm.
like hard because it's you have like a rainbow, and so you can kind of make cooking with it and eating it a little fun. So
Mhm.
what I'm gonna do is I'm prepping my chard. I'm gonna cut the stem off. I'm gonna put the stems to the side because I'm gonna cut up my stems and I'm gonna add them to my salad.
Hmm.
Did you know that you can pickle the stems as well, chard?
No.
Hmm. So
Nice.
how I'm doing it, and you can see this, Alan, is that we're gonna be rolling it, and so I just cut a V here so that
Uh-huh.
it's a little bit easier to roll with.
Oh, okay.
Kind of the thick,
Yeah,
heavy area.
yes. The thick, heavy area is gonna be going. That's gonna be going in my salad because there's no reason for you to discard all of this stuff. You can use the whole thing. So now I'm gonna.
How does the stem taste in comparison to the greens?
Oh, the stem is good. I think the stem is very tender.
Uh-huh.
It's not like it's spicy or any of that stuff. It's just, I don't know.
That can be sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's a nice little crunch. If you can also saute like the stems and then add your chard, so you kind of get it, kind of the whole plant
Sure, sure.
with some garlic, actually quite a bit of garlic.
Yeah, definitely.
I love how you said that answer. Well, quite a bit of garlic,
Of
yes.
course.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure Jamar approves.
Uh-huh. But yeah, so whenever I use chard, it's like I use the whole thing, and you don't have to discard it or throw it away or.
Good to know.
It's the same thing with kale.
Mm-hmm.
Take the stems off kale, but don't throw them away. Chop them up, throw them in your salad.
Awesome. Good to know.
They're just a little more fibrous, so you want to chop them.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, actually, I have a question on that, Jamar.
Yeah.
You were talking about how you save the scraps for veggie stock. So if, like, for whatever reason you weren't having a salad or you didn't want to eat the stems that day, could you put them aside and put them with your vegetable stock?
I think so. They are different than broccoli because broccoli can kind of make it a little bitter.
Mm.
So, and I can totally share with y'all. Maybe we should do like a how to make veggie stock class but you would have to like collect.
I was gonna say that.
Like the whole month. Like mastering veggie stock.
Prepare ahead. That's gonna be a prepare way ahead program.
Yeah.
Well, and don't forget to store them all in your freezer until you're ready for them. So you save your scraps every day, keep them in your freezer.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. So it's cooking down.
There we go.
It's looking.
Did you cheat and take the lid off?
Huh?
He
No.
didn't have a lid on there.
There was no lid on it.
Oh, there was no lid on it. Oh, I have a
Nope.
lid on mine.
Hey, nope. It just cooks down. I put it on a high heat, and then tomatoes They just, and they're making this own sauce. Okay. So my quinoa has like 5 minutes. Oh, so now I got my leaves. I'm gonna put those to the side. Now I'm gonna prep my stems and I'm gonna add them to my salad. I am a tomato-y person.
So are these stems like carrots where the different colors taste differently?
No,
Okay.
And my friend, like, I got a text message. My friend Laura, she's like, I don't like chard, but come over to my house on Sunday and cook for me, and maybe you can change my mind. She's like, nope, I don't eat it. I won't eat it. I won't even try it. So it was really cool to like see, like, okay, Jamar, I can't make it tonight, but the recipe looked really good. I want to try it.
I think you can convince her.
Maybe.
If anyone can.
Exactly.
So I'm chopping my.
While you're chopping, Jamar, I will say that, remember I told you yesterday that I bought all the ingredients except the chard?
Uh-huh.
Well, I haven't been able to get to the store to buy the ingredients, so I'm using cabbage to roll mine.
Oh,
Ooh.
So
Are you-
she could just roll hers in cabbage. You don't have to
Yeah.
have chard.
Oh yeah. True.
are you
True.
blanching? Are you blanching your cabbages?
Yeah, it's blanched right now, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we did last year for, was it last year for Earth Day? We did Earth tacos.
Oh yeah, that's
And
right.
we used like collard leaves as tacos with like stuff with tempeh and all of that stuff. So
Oh yeah, Terry said she had a hard time finding chard.
really?
So that,
That's unusual because it's pretty much, well, I live in Bandon and we got it both at Ray's and Price and Pride, plus the
Yeah, it-
farmers market, so.
It's one of the, I know in my garden, there's always kale, there's always chard.
But did you guys sell out because of this, Jamar?
We did, but we ended up getting some more. So there were some in the back. So if you came to the co-op, there should have been. I got the last one. But
Terry, I found to ask at the co-op because usually I'll be like about to walk out. I'm like, do you have any more Persian cucumbers? And they'll go in the back and grab some.
yeah,
Yeah, did you find out about the mushrooms, Jamar?
yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, wah.
But I can look. I gotta just look at the truck order. I won't be here tomorrow. So maybe if you come by
I'm coming by on Saturday.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, Terry found some at the farmer's market. Good on you.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I got it. That looks so good. Okay, so here's how my salad look. You want to show
yeah. There we go. Avocado.
avocado?
Nice.
So I have bell peppers, red onions, my chard. They're all different colors, and then I have my cucumbers.
And that's all on top of like spring
Yes.
mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what it is once I add my balsamic, I'm only gonna add a little bit of balsamic and maybe some pepper, and I'm gonna toss it up.
Oh, cool.
So
Excellent.
okay, so now we're gonna get the chard. So I'm gonna move it over here. And then I'll bring my quinoa over. And we're gonna start making rolls.
All right.
And I'm gonna fluff mine. Oh yes. Okay. So what I'm gonna be doing, and I may be able to work. Yeah, I might be. So basically what the rolls are gonna be doing is, once we make a roll, we'll add them to our tomato, to our skillet with the tomato paste in. And so basically, if you wanna do avocado,
Already on it.
Okay, so you see how I'm doing, how I have my roll. And then I'm laying it like this. And you can make them as thick as you would like it. I have a lot of leaves, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm parsing it out.
Sure.
And so what I'm doing is I'm gonna roll, pull back a little bit, tuck the sides in, bring the sides in, and then roll again.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's one. And it can be just like a pancake. You know, the first pancake that you make always comes out a little wonky.
Oh, you're just putting it right in the sauce.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we're gonna steam it a little bit with the lid.
Oh, okay, cool.
So now, and some of the leaves are like, they're not, every leaf does not look the same. So you might have
Sure.
to like look at it and say, okay, like this leaf is like very skinny. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it over. I'm gonna still tuck the side. And then do another roll. And then like, that's not coming out perfect, but it doesn't have to. But pop it in the tomato paste.
This is exciting.
I'm gonna keep going. Okay. And then I may have to put those down a little bit. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna roll it over, tuck it back.
It's a little bit like a burrito tech.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's very much like making a burrito.
Yes. So I'm just like making it very snug in the tomato paste.
Well, I can tell you that mine are more like boats than rolls, but I think it's gonna work.
Yours
Might
are more
just
like
be a
both?
hodgepodge when I'm done, huh?
But it'll taste the same.
It'll taste good.
Yeah.
Well, and what will happen is also the quinoa will take the shape of the roll.
Oh, okay.
So now I have that. And I may have to cut some more stem off.
Yeah.
Just to make. Oh, and it's okay. I ripped mine a little bit, so I'll just put it down here, and then all of it's gonna wrap around it.
Cool.
So I'll take that one. I may make this my last one because I'm proud of my pan.
I don't know about the more experienced chefs in the room, but this just seems so unique and different to me.
Back a little bit. I think this may be the perfect size for this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cabbage rolls.
So now I have my lid. I'm gonna put a lid over it. And just crank it up a little bit. I'm making good timing. It's only.
We're pretty
it's
close.
6:30. I know, it's 6:30. I'm doing good.
Yes, definitely. So when you put the lid on, you turn the heat up a little bit, Jamar?
Yeah, I cut the heat up a little bit. We're gonna let everything steam and kind of get cozy. And while that's doing that, I'm gonna like wipe down my surfaces
Nice.
because once I'm ready to plate, I wanna eat.
Yes. Especially those rolls.
So, oof. How's everybody doing? Is everybody at the same place? Are they still making rolls?
Looking good. I think Carolyn's almost there.
Yeah, don't worry about having to move very fast. We won't leave anybody behind or any of that stuff, okay? Look at that.
Good job.
It's looking good. And it's kind of like once you do the first one, same thing like cabbage rolls. Once you do the first one, it's golden, you know.
Sure.
And also like taking the pressure off yourself that it does not have to be perfect. And what it is that you're doing is creating a meal that you get to define, right? So that's why we only do like the ingredients. We don't really put like, okay, you have to do this or next step to this, because we want you to feel comfortable in the kitchen and be able to say, you know what, I don't want to use chard. I want to use cabbage. Or I don't want to use that. I want to, you know, that is okay as well.
It's your meal. Take ownership.
Yes. Okay. So,
Somebody said they're gonna be making them over the weekend. I think it's Linda.
I thought I got another.
Yes, it was me.
I thought it was you. Good to hear your voice, Linda.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
I'm quiet for a change.
That's why I wasn't sure.
Stop that. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Now, if you're not a big fan of balsamic vinegar, you can, but you don't have to. If you would much rather say, you know what, versus putting balsamic vinegar in my salad, I want to do an olive oil salad dressing. You can do olive oil and lemon juice. I like olive oil, lemon juice, and rice wine vinegar. It's just like my go-to. But occasionally I do like just a splash of balsamic and then just let it hang out and it's golden. You're golden. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons. You can start out with doing 2, 3, maybe like, oh, that's a lot of balsamic vinegar. But start out with 2.
Can always add more later.
You can always add more later.
I'm a big fan of vinegar.
You are.
I love vinegar.
I do too.
Oh, rice vinegar. Oh,
Have you ever tried drinking vinegar, Alan?
oh yeah, apple cider vinegar.
I don't know. There's this Thai restaurant in Portland I used to go to, and they had drinking vinegar. It was like really refreshing in the summer. It's this like iced vinegar drink.
Oh, really?
My grandmother used to have us drink vinegar and warm water when we had headaches as kids.
Did it work?
Yeah, I suggest people now, they're like, Jamar, I'm not doing that. Carolyn, how you doing?
Okay, but I need a vote. So I have pomegranate balsamic and I have a white cilantro lime balsamic vinegar. Do I want to try lime or pomegranate with this?
I think maybe pomegranate.
That's where I'm leaning.
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
pomegranate is gonna be like, it's gonna complement the whole dish.
Yeah, pomegranate sounds good.
Thank you.
Everybody who's responded is going with pomegranate so far.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn down my, oh, look at that. It's just like, yeah. So the salad, I did like 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. I did a little bit of pepper and then I'm gonna mix it up. So what do I wanna mix?
Thanks, Alan. I wanted to see how the rolls were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing good. Once I mix my salad, I think I'm gonna be ready to play.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
Steaming away in there. We're just watching your rolls.
So I'm mixing up my salad and occasionally like things will get to the bottom, but you want to pull from the bottom. That way it's evenly distributed. It smells so good.
Nice. And that's all you put in there, right? No oil.
Yep, no oil, just balsamic vinegar.
Nice.
And then my tomatoes, my pan I'm going to turn off because I'm getting ready for plating. How does everybody feel? They're good? Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm doing my dishes.
Oh, okay.
I'm making noise.
Doing good.
Okay, so I got my plate and Oh my gosh, Stephanie, do you want to? Because we played with our eyes, and so I'm using red. So I'm putting like a white plate with the blue rim. I think that'll like complement it really good. Stephanie, do you want to share on the plating?
I was making noise. I didn't hear you. Do I want to share what?
On plating.
Oh, yeah. So we just did a class last night where we were talking about eating with your eyes and how, it's hardwired in the brain that when we see food, we want to eat it. But the beautiful colors are really much more appetizing than if it was all one color or something like that. So you want to, have a contrasting color. So usually a white plate looks really nice with dark food, like tomato sauce and dark green salad. And of course, you want to have all these bright colored foods, which we do. And then the other part of eating really healthy food is what we forget most of the time is to inhale, because 90% of our taste is our smell. So we want to make sure that we smell our food and get those saliva digestive enzymes coming right into your mouth before you even put food in there. So the food tastes sweeter as soon as you put it in your mouth.
Interesting. Thanks, Steph.
Okay. So is everyone ready for plating? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to take my lid off. Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
That's good.
It looks so good. I love it. I love it.
Wow.
So I'm gonna start pulling it out.
So you're just taking out the roll.
Yeah, and what I have is like
Oh, okay.
tomato sauce.
Nice.
Now you can put that on top. And then
That looks good.
I have like this delicious salad.
Nice.
And if I want to do like maybe, do I want to do another salad? Do I want to do
Another plate.
So he's gonna cram another one in there.
Yeah, that's what I think. But one, it should be enough also as far as the serving sizes. They're pretty hefty, and I bet you tomorrow they'll be tasting even better.
Oh yeah.
So the tomatoes just kind of lean on top of it. And let me get my rag. Because my whole thing is when people sit down to the table to eat my food, I want them to be able to be full before they even think about it. For them to be able to say, oh.
Yeah. Steph, say something so you're spotlighted. Oh no, while showing the plate.
Oh, you got it.
I know, but I have to put it down to unmute it. But
Yeah.
so
Nice.
that's my cabbage roll, since I didn't have the Swiss chard with my salad.
Awesome.
And my sauce didn't get as liquidy as yours did, because I used full tomatoes and not not the beefsteak. But
Oh, okay.
looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, it does. Looks awesome. Thanks, Steph. Oh yeah, and everybody, please send us pictures of your plated meals. So Steph, maybe take a picture before you eat. You guys all have my email in your Zoom confirmations. I'd love to see pictures of your finished meals, and we love to share them out like on social media when we post the recordings of these. Jamar, say something.
Say something.
There we go. Thank you. Wow, that's beautiful.
And the salad looks delicious. You have so many pops of color because you've used the whole entire chard leaf as well.
Looks very healthy too.
I'm so excited. So I want to make sure that while you're plating, you are thinking about eating with your eyes, and make sure that you take a photo so that way we can see everyone's plate.
Please,
And
we'd appreciate
check out
that.
on social media, because your plate will be posted on social media.
Yes.
So,
Brianna said, thanks for sharing your delicious recipe, Jamar.
hey, thank you. Thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everybody.
And I'm still gonna be plating because I have to cook for, well, I don't have to cook, but I get to cook for the staff here.
Yeah. Linda said, thank you so much for your gifted self to our community. Oh, that was sweet. Patricia said, thanks. It looks delicious.
So y'all eat them,
Thanks.
give me
Kathy.
some feedback. And if you have questions about recipes or any of the things that you want to try, you don't always have to come into the co-op. But if you have questions, feel free to reach out and say, hey, Tamar, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think about it? And we can go from there.
If anybody doesn't have Jamar's contact info, feel free to send it to me and I'll forward it on to him.
Yeah. Oh, that looks so delicious. And the cucumbers and balsamic, they just soak it up, so
Nice.
you can't really go wrong.
I love seeing the hands come in and take the plates away.
Oh, yeah. You want to bring a hand in and take the plate away? Come on.
I'm doing a photo just out of the frame.
You see the hand?
Thanks, Alan. Perfect. Yeah, feed Alan. He's probably suffering at this point.
Alrighty.
The full report.
Yeah, full report of how everything tasted.
Is Alan tasting his rolls?
No, taking
Alan,
pictures of it.
Alan's taking
Oh,
photos.
appreciate that, Alan.
And once you see the photos, you'll be like, Helen, great job. Okay.
I tasted, it's really good, even though I didn't have chard. It's good.
Nice. You know, what's funny, Steph, is my coworker usually does our social media. She accidentally posted them as cabbage rolls. So that was fitting.
Oh.
I was like, no, it's chard.
Well, the cabbage is just not quite soft enough to cut through. I didn't leave it cook that long enough, but it tastes really, really good.
Oh, I bet. Yum.
Or, okay. Who did you give it to?
Did everybody finish their rolls or does anybody need?
I just need a.
Let us know, Terry. Oh, too hot? Wait, don't burn yourself. We don't want you to hurt yourself at this point. Nice. Somebody's taking it home.
Yeah. Right, you don't have to cook dinner.
It's awesome.
Good
Good, Terry. Awesome. Carolyn, did you finish yours?
I have to feed 4 cats before I'm allowed to eat.
Yeah, cats have staff.
I can only imagine. I have one that I have to
They
feed
have
beforehand.
staff.
I am like salivating like a dog right now.
I bet.
Ah,
Well, feel free to go take care of your cats and eat your food.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna do that. Thanks,
Yeah,
y'all.
please.
Thanks, Tamara.
Yeah, have a great.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Bye, Terry.
Great show, Paul.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Dad. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye
All
bye.
right. I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Night.
Stephanie, you finished? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I just
I'm leaving. I'll see you soon.
awesome.
Bye. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, everybody. I'm gonna stop the recording.